It's March 22nd, and this is The View with Catherine Chang. Today's topic is the U.S.-China meeting and the disagreements. First, the talks between the U.S. and China ended on March 19th. I think it's not a meeting, but rather like one meeting and each side has its own interpretation. China's purpose is to promote their propaganda. They want the Chinese people to see that China and the U.S. are on an equal footing. And it seems like the U.S. already knows China's plan. Why? Here are some points. In the beginning of the opening remarks, each side has supposed to speak for a few minutes in front of the press. However, China's director of the Central Foreign Affairs Commission Office, Yang Jiechi, spoke for almost 20 minutes. And he even said, this is not a way to deal with the Chinese people. 中国人不吃这一套. Well, it is obvious Yang Jiechi's audience were not the U.S. representatives at the meeting, but the Chinese people that are thousands miles away. I think the Chinese representatives used this meeting to promote their propaganda. However, it caused two side effects. First, the international community has been shocked by how rude the Chinese diplomats have. And second, after this unpleasant conversation, I think it will take another 6 months to 1 year for the U.S. to lift the sanctions on China. Therefore, it is what Chinese people said, want the face to lose the lining. 赢了面子，输了里子。Some people say that Blinken holds a strong stance just like former Secretary of State Pompeo. I think the reasons are, first, China has unilaterally undermined Hong Kong's electoral system, and the U.S. cannot make any more concession. Second, the United States considers Taiwan as an ally. The U.S. has to make its position clear towards China's suppression on Taiwan. The U.S. stand up for Taiwan because of Taiwan's achievements in the semiconductor industry. The United States needs Taiwan's participation to start a new semiconductor supply chain to fight against China. As for Yang Jiechi's statement that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory, we know that MOFA strongly rebuts in saying that Taiwan has never been a part of the People's Republic of China, and it will never be. Here are the top stories. Today, we have 0 confirmed cases. First, I want to talk about Japan-U.S. to affirm cooperations on Taiwan. According to Kyodo News, Japanese and the United States defense chiefs have agreed in their recent meetings in Tokyo to closely cooperate in the event of a military clash between China and Taiwan. And in addition, we know that Taiwan MOFA and Mainland Affairs Council rebut China's claim. China's director of the Central Foreign Affairs Commission Office, Yang Jiechi, claimed that Taiwan is a part of China at the U.S.-China 2+2 meeting. The Mainland Affairs Council hit back and said Taiwan has never been a part of China. The Republic of China is a sovereign nation whose future could only be decided by its 23 million people. In addition, I want to talk about the abrupt changes in Sino-France relations. Chinese ambassador to France, Lu Shaye, strongly opposed French Senator Alan Richard's planned visit to Taiwan. A French researcher, Anthony Bondet, treated to the Chinese embassy a big kiss to you and your trolls. And the Chinese embassy just got angry and then responded in French in its official Twitter and saying that petit frappe, it meaning little rascal. And Chinese statement kind of just soon got aroused a nationwide anger in France. And moving to the United States, Biden for 3 times getting on Air Force One. He tripped up the steps 3 times and falling on his hands and knees in the Financial Times. And we know that the White House aides say that Biden is doing fine. And that is, it was because it was windy at that time. Well, on the other hand, Trump will use his own platform to kind of return to social media. We're talking about that according to one of his advisors. Donald Trump will soon use his own platform to return to social media. And some people think it will completely redefine the game. Additionally, I want to talk about U.S. Defense Secretary Llyod Austin. He made an announcement trip to Afghanistan. We know that Austin is the first member of Biden's cabinet to travel to Afghanistan and met with the officials. And the Biden administration is facing a decision whether to withdraw troops by May 1st as required in the U.S. agreement with the Taliban. Well, that would be the view for today. This is Catherine from Taipei. I hope you have a nice Monday, and I'll see you tomorrow.